Good afternoon and welcome to the Surrey Sports Park for WBBL Championship action between two of the form teams in the league, the Sevenoaks Suns and the Newcastle Eagles. Sevenoaks coming off the back of the thriller on Wednesday here at Surrey Sports Park, the 75-72 victory over the London Lions to remain undefeated in WBBL Championship action. As for the visitors, the Newcastle Eagles, having had some struggles early in the year, Chris Bunten's side have now won 3 straight games and are looking to continue their push towards the playoffs. I am Michael Hanson-Morris here from the Surrey Sports Park, and good afternoon to all of you joining in the chat. Feel free to put your comments and predictions in the stream and I will get to them during the game. Team news for both sides this afternoon. Both teams relatively full strength, so Sevenoaks still missing Asher Andrews, who did not take part on Wednesday along with Millie Stevens, but everyone else is fit and present for Coach Len Bush. And the Eagles, the worst of their injury rows are behind them, so Chris Bunten able to pretty much field everyone that's going to be available for the end of the season. A slight change for all you Eagles fans watching at home. Abby Lowe is wearing number 1 instead of number 9 this afternoon. One of those funny COVID stories where the players are in charge of their own kit, and unfortunately Abby managed to bring the wrong kit, so she is borrowed number 1 for the afternoon. So you will see a different name on the back of her jersey, but that indeed is Abby Lowe. Starting 5s for this afternoon. For Sevenoaks, it'll be wearing 1 Lavinia De Silva, 8 Renee Bush, 20 Tiani Clark, 22 Kat Carr, and 31 Irene Garrido Perez. As for the Newcastle Eagles, wearing 1 it will be Abby Lowe, 4 Maddie McVicker, 13 Deborah Rodriguez Perez, 14 Ori Chukwu Etu, and wearing 23 Alison Gorell. Alison Gorell coming in on one of the more historical runs for the WBBL in terms of scoring. Alison now up to 24.7 points per game in the league, shooting nearly 50% on the year, and also contributing 7.5 rebounds a game and 6 assists, so she is certainly one to watch for Chris Bunten's side. As for Sevenoaks, will be led as ever by Kat Carr, obviously off the back of Wednesday's 24-point performance, including the game winner with 13 seconds to go. And she'll be looking for another strong performance. These sides have met already this year in the WBBL Championship, came in December. Newcastle Eagles 47, Sevenoaks Suns 75. The Suns winning all 4 quarters of that action, and at the time it was a much changed roster for the Eagles. Obviously some of their Christmas departures with Lisa Coop and Mante Kovidovic, who are now playing in Germany along with former Sun Julia Koppel, all not here, and it was Maddie McVicker, the leading Eagle scorer from what's left on the roster, and she managed 9 points. As for the Suns, they were paced by 22 from Kat Carr and 14 Tiani Clark. Newcastle are the first onto floor and just now being joined by the Suns. Referees for this afternoon are Tahir Akar and Alexandra Beltner. And look like we're just about get underway here at the Surrey Sports Park, one of many WBBL Championship fixtures this afternoon. Action in Durham and Manchester as well. As everyone in the arena continues to show their support for the Black Lives Movement matter, and it will be Lavinia De Silva and Deborah Rodriguez Perez to jump ball, which the Suns will control, and it'll be Tiani Clark with the first offence of the afternoon here from Guildford. Bad pass by Clark, stolen away by the Eagles, and it'll be Etu with the ball. Gorell on the left wing being guarded by Kat Carr. Eagles trying to swing the ball round. Nearly lost out of bounds but retained. McVicker to Gorell, 6 on the shot clock. She's going to drive baseline. extra pass. Abby Lowe gets it up, just about beats the shot clock, off to the left, and it's Lavinia De Silva to pull down the defensive rebound. Renee Bush, Eagles aggressive early in the pick and roll. Rodriguez Perez back on De Silva. Good defense by the Eagles. De Silva takes a rare free for her. That is a little bit off to the right. And Chris Bunten happy early with the defense by the Eagles, giving Sevenoaks nothing easy early on. Eagles now with Garel in the high post. She slips, trying to change direction, and Suns have a 2-on-1. It's Carr and Garrido Perez. She gives it up, and it'll be Irene Garrido Perez with the first points of the afternoon. Perez, a key part of this Sevenoaks wing rotation, as Lowe's floater is a little long, and Suns again trying to look to be aggressive early in the shot clock. Screen from De Silva, and is wide open on the roll, but she misses the layup, and loose ball comes off the leg of Lavinia De Silva, and it'll be Newcastle asking for the illegal screen. Referee happy with it, but just a little warning there for Lavinia to watch the screen. She was called for a couple of offensive fouls on Wednesday, so looks like referees have done a little bit of a scout report on the players. Rodriguez looking inside, has to put it on the floor, finds Garel to Abby Lowe, who loses the handle, and a little bit of a sloppy start for both teams. Back-to-back turners for the Eagles, and we still just have those 2 points on the scoreboard. Renee Bush trying to put the ball on the floor, and the first foul of the afternoon will be committed by Eagles 14. That is Ori Chukwu Etu. Renee Bush, 4 threes on Wednesday, as De Silva's found inside, but she loses the handle. And it'll be Alison Garel pushing in transition for Newcastle, finds McVicker. Catch and shoot 3 is off, and the ball goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. But a good look for the Eagles, with one of their better 3-point shooters, Maddie McVicker, coming in. Averaging 30% from the 3-point line. It's made 25 threes in the league so far. As Bush gets the ball at the top to Garrido Perez. She slips, but Renee Bush manages to keep the handle. Carr, shot clock low. She forces from well beyond the 3-point line, and rebound is contested. Last touch, Maddie McVicker. And it will be Sevenoaks Suns ball from the sideline. Good afternoon again to all of you joining us in the chat. Nice to see some support from a lot of familiar faces by now from up north, as Kat Carl's pull-up is a little short. Garel looks to go coast to coast. Renee Bush stays straight up, but Deborah Rodriguez Perez initially had the rebound. Now it's a loose ball and a tie-up, as Abby Lowe is on the floor, and Newcastle will retain possession with the jump ball arrow. Garel in the paint, forced to take a tough pull-up over Renee Bush, leaves it a little right. Eagles still scoreless now, nearly 3.5 minutes into this WBBL Championship fixture. Carr looking for De Silva on the low block, decides to put the ball on the deck. Eagles collapse in the paint, but Tiani Clark steals in on the back door and lays it home. Tiani Clark, obviously former Eagles player, back in Team Northumbria as Abby Lowe slipped, and hopefully she's okay. Looks like she just hyperextended her groin a little bit, and Coach Chris Bunton will use this time to make some subs for the first time this afternoon. It'll be Georgia Smith and Rachel Bland into the game, as Abby Lowe is unfortunately limping off to the sidelines. And it'll be Lowe and Chukwu Etu who come out for Chris Bunton. Eagles looking for Gorell off the sideline, out of bounds. Comes all the way to the weak side to get the ball, skips it to McVicker. Now 5 on the shot clock. Suns switch the pick and roll. McVicker all the way into the lane, gets some contact from De Silva, gets the roll, and Maddie McVicker will finally get the Newcastle Eagles onto the scoreboard 4 minutes in, and she will have a chance to complete a 3-point play. McVicker's got the roll on the layup but not on the free throw, so unable to take advantage and complete the 3-point play. Carr wide open on the left wing, a little short on the 3. Carr trying to continue a fine performance from Wednesday's fixture against the London Lions, as Georgia Smith recently in, knocks the triple down, assist to Alison Gorell. And Newcastle take the first lead of the afternoon. 5-4 as we approach the midway point of this first quarter. Suns setting stagger screens. Kat Carr catches the ball, has to kick it out. Smith runs Garrido Perez off the line. She nearly throws it away, but Suns still come up with it. Renee Bush, corner 3, and she is called for the foul. Sorry, she's fouled on the shot by Rachel Bland. A little bit of contact on the wrist. Bland thought she got just a hand, but referee saying a little bit of wrist as well. And Katrin Holm and Janice Monacana are coming in for the Suns. First 2 off the bench, replacing Garrido Perez and De Silva. Tiani Clark forgetting that there was 3 free throws and not 2, and going for the rebound, but Renee Bush knocked it down anyway. And she makes all 3. Bush, one of several Suns still yet to miss a free throw in the league. Obviously only the Suns' 6th league game. Newcastle, this is their 13th. But still impressive for the Suns to have so many players shooting 100% from the line. As Georgia Smith has the ball knocked loose by Monacana, but Maddie McVicker comes up with it. She will drive on Monacana, get the contact. And Maddie McVicker, for the 2nd time this afternoon, gets the basket and the foul. And we will see if she this time can convert the 3-point play. McVicker, a 74% free throw shooter. And indeed, this time she does make the free throw. And the Newcastle Eagles have the 1-point lead here at the Surrey Sports Park. Holm to Clark. Suns looking for the pick and roll. Georgia Smith, great job on the help side. Managed to take the pass away to Holm, who was briefly open, but Renee Bush is going to drive and not beat the shot clock. And Sevenoaks Suns with the 24-second violation, and good credit to the Newcastle Eagles defence. Bland looking inside. Gurel flashes to the high post. She's working on Carr. Gets a little bit of contact, but does not matter. The leading scorer for the Eagles, Alison Gurel, gets on the board. And Newcastle with a 3-point lead as Tiani Clark's free is short. Rebound pulled in by Holm. Finds Monacana. Pump fake, gets Gurel in the air and goes underneath to lay it home. And Janice Monacana, who really has settled into the 6-woman role off the bench for Len Bush all season long, continue to do it as Gurel working on Holm. Finds McVicker, her free off. And Tiani Clark pulling down her first board of the afternoon. Finds Carr, 2-on-1 in transition. Holm slipping to the basket, misses, blows the layup. Sevenoaks with the second missed layup already this afternoon. I know, talking to Coach Len Bush, it was something he wanted to address from Wednesday's game as McVicker drives to the middle, floats it up with the left and gets the roll. And Maddie McVicker with a really strong start, 7 points personal already in this first quarter. Monacana driving on Gurel, gets away with a small push-off to create the room, and Monacana's second bucket in quick succession gets the Suns back to within 1. Bland trying to curl off the screen, unable to open now. Gurel working from that high post, finds Bland, 5 now on the shot clock. Bland forced to pick up a dribble. Smith fakes, fires it up on the buzzer and leaves it short, and that'll be a 24-second violation for the Newcastle Eagles. And Coach Len Bush making a sub. It'll be Tiani Clark, the former Eagle, checking out, replaced by Garrido Perez, back into the game. Must make a note as well for the Eagles. Strong coaching staff down here this afternoon. Paul Nielsen, the FIBA media guru, is joining the Eagles and will be on the bench for the rest of the season as Monacana dishes it off on the wraparound to Holm, and the Suns are back into the lead. Gurel finds Smith, she's wide open, already made one, this one just again a little short. Carr working on Bland to Monacana. Eagles switching the screen, trying to deny Renee Bush. Still catches the ball, drives to the middle and is fouled. I believe that'll be on Alison Gurel. Indeed it is. Called on the floor, so it'll be Suns ball from the baseline. Third team foul of the quarter for the Eagles, first on Gurel. And yes, this is the same floor as will be used for the BBL game later, as the Newcastle Eagles men's team are in action here at the Sports Park, taking on the Surrey Scorchers. 6 p.m. tip for that, as Bland trying to chase around the screen gets tangled up with Renee Bush and will be called for the foul. Second personal on Rachel Bland, 4th team foul for the Eagles, so any more fouls and Suns will be at the line. Bland does a good job chasing Bush off the 3-point line. McVicker driven by Carr, her floater off, and Kat Carr called for the rebound. And Maddie McVicker may be small but does not stop her rebounding, one of the best rebounding guards in the whole of the WBBL. McVicker pulling down 5.5 boards a game, 3rd best for the Eagles, behind the departed Lisa Coop and Alison Gurel, as Renee Bush checks out for the Suns, and Tiani Clark back into the game, and a couple of subs for the Eagles as well. Chukwu Etu back in, and in for the first time wearing 6. Amelia Oates. Georgia Smith now 8 on the shot clock. Gurel cuts back door, met in the lane by Holm, she knocks it loose. Good help side defense. Monacana nearly throws the outlet pass away. Carr looking for Monacana in the post. She spins back to left, misses the layup, rebound Gurel, and she's going to try and push. No one's stopping the ball for the Suns. Gurel, foul line pull up, we know she can make it, but leaks it a little to the left. And the Suns still able to hold a 1-point lead as Eagles in another mini scoring drought. Carr drives baseline, blows past Smith, misses the layup. Suns really struggling at the rim early. Eagles making it a little bit difficult with help side defense, but still shots you'd expect to make as McVicker open on the three. A little short, and Garrido Perez tracks down the rebound. 3-on-3. Shot clock is turned off, so will Suns slow it down? Monacana gets Smith up, gets the contact on the rotation by Gurel, and tipped out of bounds, so Eagles will have the opportunity to have the last shot of the quarter. 13.1 seconds left. McVicker, see what Chris Bunten's drawn up. Looks like 4 low at the moment. It's going to be McVicker on an isolation. Indeed it is. Drive, left-handed scoop layup is no good, and that will end the first quarter here at the Surrey Sports Park. A low-scoring quarter, and the officials are letting both teams play. A little bit of contact at both ends, but that will do us here from the Surrey Sports Park. End of the first quarter, Sevenoaks 13, Newcastle Eagles 12. Welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park for second quarter action. I know there's some comments about the floor, and the great staff here at the Sports Park have come in and given it another sweep just to help the players a little bit. So thank you to the wonderful group here at the Surrey Sports Park as both teams head out onto court for the second quarter after really a low scoring first quarter. Both teams shooting 31%, 5 of 16 in that first quarter. And both teams with the 3 turnovers apiece. And it'll be Suns with the first possession of the second quarter. Cass looking like she was going to come off the flare screen, slips the screen but blows the layup, and it'll be Alison Gurel again out in transition. This time gets all the way to the rim, misses the layup. Again, looking for a foul, but officials happy with the defense from the Suns in transition. Carr working on Georgia Smith. Good defense by Oates to take away the backdoor cut. That'll be Monacana with 5 on the shot clock. She drives in, and Amelia Oates called for the foul, just sliding to, oh no, in fact, little reach in while coming across. Dropping her arms. And Chris Bunten not happy with the call, but from my vantage point on the opposite side of the floor, it did look like some contact by Oates. Eagles doing a great job of taking away the turnout screen on the inbounds, but Carr's driving It misses the layup to Silva, bats it out, but falls to Georgia Smith, and Alison Gurrell again looking to push in transition, gets a little bump from Tiani Clark, but manages to lay it home. And Alison Gurrell with her second bucket of the afternoon, as Carr again having some success driving, but can't get all the way to the hoop. Suns swing it round. Monicana, free from the top, a little long offensive rebound, comes all the way out to Kat Carr. She's going to work on backing down McVicker in the post. Little turnaround jumper is long, and Kat Carr right now really struggling from the floor. 0 of 7, I believe it is, as Gurrell spins to her left and gets the floater to go, and Eagles back into a 3-point lead, joint biggest of the afternoon. Carr gets the angle, McVicker just about cuts it off. Monicana in the high post, fakes left, drives right, her scoop layup is short. De Silva bats out the rebound, saved by Perez. Carr, long three, finally gets one to go. And Kat Carr, a little shake of the head, frustrated with her misses, but she finally gets it to go. As McVicker curls off the screen, her little 15-foot pull-up is short. And both sides really struggling to find their range from on their jumpers so far this afternoon. Garida Perez cuts back door, and time out is called by Chris Bunten. And he is fuming with the Newcastle defence. Clearly something they were talking about in previous huddles, dealing with the weak side cuts, and right now Sevenoaks having their way with them, and he'll use the opportunity just to regroup his side, but still only trailing by 2, 7.5 minutes left of this first half. Just a quick look at the chat. I will not be here for the men's game, unfortunately. It will be Niall Gray and the Stag TV team taking you through this afternoon's action from the sports park. So that will, of course, is here at 6 o'clock. And just a quick check-in with the other game going on right now. Similar time of frame, early second quarter action. Durham 20, Oaklands 21 up in the northeast. As Chris Bunten still talking defence with his team during this timeout. But apart from the backdoor cuts, he's going to be happy with this start. He wanted this game to be a little bit more up-tempo. They have a possession target in mind as a group. Talking with his assistant, Luke Orwin, before the game, saying that they thought Wednesday's game, Sevenoaks' game Wednesday against the Lions, was played at a lower pace that suited the Suns, so Eagles really wanted to push tempo, and a target of 90 plus possessions today, and some of the things they're looking at haven't quite paid off yet, but down to 13 minutes in, they'll be relatively content with this start, and they'll see if they can tie it up or take this lead on this possession out the timeout. Gurrell looking for Chukwu Etu. Her three is off to the right. Defensive board for Lavinia De Silva. Carr again finding a way to get into the middle of the paint, but can't get to the rim. Monicana given her right hand, driving, a little bit of contact. Offensive rebound by De Silva. She misses the layup, and second time asking, Alison Gurrell pulls down the board. She's going to push. We've got Georgia Smith on the left, fakes the pass, gets some contact from Tiani Clark. And Alison Gurrell will head to line for 2 shots. Sub for the Eagles. Good news is that Abby Lowe is feeling like she can continue. She is back into the game. And luckily for the Eagles, they are shooting 2. Georgia Smith was temporarily forgetting that it was free throws and went to take the baseline out of bounds. But Alison Gurrell knocks them both down. Grow 80% on the season from the line. Ties us up at 18. Clark, ball not loose by Lowe. Suns looking for the pick and roll. And we'll see what the referees give. Was Abby Lowe. She had the ball. It looked like, I thought initially jump ball, but then Abby Lowe ripped the ball away. Question was, did she step out of bounds before the shot clock went off? And that's what the referees are discussing. Is there 1 second on the shot clock or 0? I think they're going to put 1 on it. So they're not going to say it's possession, but Abby Lowe out of bounds. So Suns ball with 1 on the shot clock as Renee Bush replaces Monacana. And we'll see what Suns have got for a 1 second shot clock. Some sort of catch and shoot. De Silva slipping to the rim. Carr in the high post. Her jumper a little long. Gets her own rebound. No one boxing out for the Eagles. And she's forced to kick it out for Tiani Clark. She gets by Rodrigo Perez. Suns forced to get it. Gurrell gets Bush off the line, but she sets her feet for the free still. And Renee Bush unable to convert. A rare miss for Bush, shooting 52% on the season from downtown. Gurrell, ball not loose by Garrido Perez, and Carr gets the ball in her hands. Sevenoaks out in transition, lay it up, and regain the lead. But that all stemmed from the Suns defense forcing the turnover. Gurrell. Lowe set the cross screen, flash to the middle. She drives, unable to get the layup to go, and ball knocked out of bounds by the Suns. Ball did not hit the rim on the layup, so 6 seconds left on the shot clock as for the first time this afternoon, Alison Gurrell is going to take a breather, and she is replaced by McVicker. Chris Bunten asking for great screens from the out of bounds, see if he gets it. Pass nearly broken away by De Silva. He wasn't looking at the ball. She, in fact, does come up with the steal. And Kat Carr away in transition, slowed up by McVicker. Carr working baseline, finds Clark on the wraparound. Tiana Clark flashed back towards the middle, and Kat Carr with a great pass to find her. And the Suns back into a 2-possession lead. Chukwul Etu's layup off, and rebound is called out on Rodriguez Perez. Rachel Bland checking back in for the Eagles, replacing Georgia Smith. Monacana's free, in and out, and a third rebound of the afternoon for McVicker. She settles for the free over Monacana and knocks it down. Maddie McVicker, the first player into double digits this afternoon. And Chris Bunten gets an in-play warning from the referee for arguing calls. Not quite sure what he wanted on that possession. The referee to hit a car has said next time that will be a technical foul. Monacana nearly knocked away from behind by McVicker. Bush off the stagger screens. Eagles managed to switch out. Monacana's going to take the Silva with the 18-footer in and out, and an uncontested rebound for Rodriguez Perez. And the Eagles have a chance to jump back into the lead again. Lowe firing inside into traffic, turns it over, and Suns have a 4-on-3. Renee Bush wide open in transition, and Chris Bunten has seen enough. He'll use his second timeout as the Suns have jumped back into a 4-point lead. Have a quick look at your comments. Indeed, nice to see Niall Gray in the comments. It will be Niall and Brian Williams doing the game from the sports park here tonight. Obviously, for those of you that know the Eagles and some of their support team, must give a bit of a shout out to Les Harris up in the bleachers for his continued support of the Eagles programme. He has the long weekend and will be doing the double-header, along with most of our table and statisticians also doing both games. But obviously with the COVID rules, ample amount of time between the two games, so no support from the men's team of this double-header. They will, I assume, currently be travelling down, as it will be the Eagles first out of the timeout, trailing 25-21. Alison Gurrell back into the game, so the Eagles going with Bland, Gurrell, Rodrigo Perez, McVicker and Lowe, and the Suns starting four of their starting five on four. I was going to say all their starting five. Kat Carr is just working out on the exercise bikes. It'll be Bush, Garrido Perez, Monicana, Clark and De Silva. Suns showing a press out the timeout. Abby Lowe with it. Len Bush suggesting maybe a trap came, but it did not. Abby Lowe nearly loses the handle but keeps possession, finds McVicker on the flare screen. She drives past Clark. Rennie Bush able to get in front with the help, and McVicker can't make the tough contested layup to go. Suns defence really starting to step up on the help side rotations as Clark tries to split the screen. Ball comes off someone's foot, I don't know whose, off an Eagles foot. And it'll be Renee Bush to inbound the ball. See if this time they're going to go off the weak side. Rachel Bland temporarily split. Bush open. Abby Lowe rotated out. Bush tried to split the double, loses the ball, and a foul is called on a scramble. And the foul is on Deborah Rodriguez Perez. Believe her. Oh no, it's oh, foul's been called on Rachel Bland. My apologies. That is her third personal foul. Garrido Perez on the weak side from the out of bounds. Her jumper a little off. Contested rebound pulled down by the Suns. That's their 7th offensive rebound of the game. And the Suns unable so far to be that successful converting offensive rebounds. It's their 7th rebound. They've only got the 2 baskets off offensive rebounds so far this afternoon. And see what the Suns can do off the sideline, out of bounds, looking for Renee Bush. Tiani Clark drives, kicks to De Silva, lost the handle. Bush going to take the contested free, and she is fouled by Bland. Contact on the arm, and I believe that is Bland's 4th personal foul. And I imagine she will be done for an extended period. In fact, no, sorry, we'll take this all back. So the foul, I believe that they called on Rodriguez Perez initially, went on the scoreboard as Bland. So that's what we went with, but that foul was corrected. So that is a 3rd on Rachel Bland, and the previous foul was on Rodriguez Perez. That is her 1st. So Bland just on the 3 fouls, but Renee Bush to the line for 2. Suns currently. So in fact, it's only the Suns' 2nd trip to line, and both times it's been Renee Bush being fouled on a 3. She's now 4 of 4 on the afternoon. And Renee Bush again continues her streak. Abby Lowe will handle the ball. Suns thinking about some press. Bush knocks it away from behind. Lowe again slip, but retains the ball. Gurel tries to throw it through the legs of Garrido Perez. She turns it over. Eagles starting to really turn the ball over. Loose ball in front of us. And Abby Lowe not quite able to come up with the steal. Tiani Clark retains possession. De Silva on the little fadeaway jump shot, gets it to go. And what has really been a quiet afternoon for Lavinia De Silva so far. It's her first bucket of the afternoon. The Portuguese international coming in, averaging nearly a double-double. As Gurel knocks down the three. Suns missing out on the switch, and Alison Gurel will join her teammate Maddie McVicker in double figures for the Eagles. They have 21 of the 24 points so far for Chris Bunten's side. BUSCH find Garrido Perez. Her three is up and off to the right. Suns now 2 of 8 from downtown. As McVicker working in the paint, gets the bump from Tiani Clark. And Maddie McVicker will head to the line for the third time this afternoon. Foul on Tiani Clark is her second of the afternoon. Second team foul of the quarter for the Suns. And she will check out, being replaced by captain Kat Carr. McVicker knocks down the first. The University of Maine graduate as the first season as a pro, having a strong campaign. And it'll be Kat Carr to bring the ball up against the pressure of McVicker as we're into the final 2 minutes of the first half. Carr rejects the ball screen. Her pull-up is in and out. Abby Lowe with the rebound. She's going to kick it ahead to Gurel. And Eagles again looking to be aggressive in transition. Gurel spin on BUSCH. She loses the handle. Monicana comes up with it. She finds Carr 2-on-2. Carr drives past Lowe, gets all the way to the hoop. And Kat Carr will lay it in. As McVicker's going to try and respond with a deep three. That rims off Gurel. Tries to keep the rebound alive, but eventually comes to Renee BUSCH. And a foul is called. I believe a blocking foul on Abby Lowe. It's first personal, fourth team foul. So Eagles again into the penalty, but late on in the quarter, so it shouldn't be too big a problem. And it will be Suns sideline ball with exactly 1 minute left on the first half. BUSCH spins her left, takes the pull-up three, way off. She knew it was missing, but Sevenoaks with another offensive rebound. Monicana drive and kick to De Silva. She misses the layup. But another offensive rebound, this time Monicana, and Abby Lowe with the reaching on the three-point line. Can see her frustration with herself, and with the Eagles in the penalty, it will be Sevenoaks to the line with Janice Monicana. And on those two fouls, Chris Bunten taking no risk at all and will sit low for the last 40 seconds as Janice Monicana cannot get the first free throw to go, shooting 64.5% on the year. The GB International makes the second, and this lead is up to 7. Gurel not tied up on the floor. Suns forcing her to the floor, but not tying it up. Perhaps knowing the possession arrow was in their favour, and Gurel trying to kick the ball out, unfortunately turns it over. That is her 6th turnover of the afternoon. So Alison Gurel with a few struggles in this first half. BUSCH drive and kick, finds De Silva underneath, and Lavinia De Silva lays it home. And the Suns have their joint biggest lead of the afternoon at 9. McVicker with the final possession. Will she go isolation on Garrido Perez again? She will. Bush looking like she's going to double team. The three is blocked, but the Suns will not have enough time to get anything off. And that will conclude the first half from the Surrey Sports Park. And it's been a tale of struggles on the offensive end for both sides. Sevenoaks 30% shooting in the first half. Newcastle 33, but those offensive rebounds and turnovers really hurting Chris Bunten's side. The 9 turnovers. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park. We've got a couple of minutes left of half time before we get this third quarter underway. Half time score: Sevenoaks Suns 35, Newcastle Eagles 26. And really both teams with offensive struggles in the first half. Both sides shooting 32% from the floor. But really the story has been turnover and offensive rebound differential. Suns with just the 3 turnovers compared to the Eagles' 9, and then 9 offensive boards for the Suns and 2 for the Eagles has really given Sevenoaks the edge with 12 more field goal attempts in that first half. And really the case for the Eagles is who will support Alison Gurrell and Maddie McVicker, especially in the scoring column. McVicker and Gurrell combining for 23 of those 26 Eagles points. The only other basket came on a Georgia Smith 3 midway through the first quarter. As for the Suns, the story of missed layups and opportunities for coach Len Bush's side. Suns missing several easy looks around the rim, and as ever a balanced scoring attack with 5 Suns players all with 2 or more field goals, and Renee Bush 1 of 3 from the floor, but a perfect 6 of 6 from the line. Both of those coming on fouls on 3-point shots. Reminded both of these sides playing for the second time this year. It was Newcastle 47, Sevenoaks 75 back in December. And both sides coming in with big winning streaks. Suns obviously undefeated in the league at 5-0, and Newcastle coming in on the back of 3 straight wins. So 2 of the form sides here in action, and it will be both sides coming out on the floor. Reminder that for the Eagles fans that might be joining us late, Abby Lowe, for those Eagles regulars, is wearing 1 not 9. And we are about underway as Eagles will get us underway. It's McVicker, Chukwu Etu, Rodriguez, Perez, Gurrell and Smith on the floor. For the Suns, it's Clark, Bush, Carr, De Silva and Garrido Perez, as the early attempt by the Eagles is off. And Sevenoaks will have a chance to get this into double digits for the first time all day. Kat Carr drives baseline, caught under the rim, can't go anywhere with it, eventually finds a pass She'll get it back. Her jumper is short. Kat Carr really struggling from the floor this afternoon. 2 of 13. But another offensive rebound as De Silva pulls the 3. And the Eagles this time will pull down the defensive rebound. As McVicker goes coast to coast and blows the layup though. And Kat Carr pulls down the rebound and trying to split to push in transition. She is fouled by Georgia Smith. Her first of the afternoon. Sevenoaks with only those 5 personal fouls in the first half, so no real foul trouble. It's Tiani Clark on those 2 personal fouls. As for the Eagles, Chris Bunten keeping both players on multiple fouls on the bench. As Carr's pull-up goes, and she is bumped from behind by Gurrell. Alison Gurrell unable to put the... In fact, no. So it's Maddie McVicker unable to put on the brakes in time, and she will send Kat Carr to line to complete the M1. But as I say, foul trouble for the Eagles. Abby Lowe on 2 and Rachel Bland on 3 as Kat Carr completes the 3-point play. And the Suns have this first double-digit lead of the afternoon. Gurrell on the flare screen. She's going to drive. Layup is missed. She wanting a foul, but referee happy. They've allowed a little bit of contact on both drives, and looks like Chris Bunten adjusting the game plan at half time. It's going to try and press a little bit more in this second half, asking for some full court pressure here, and it'd be Renee Bush to bring the ball up for the Suns. Bush coming off the stagger screen on the weak side. Eagles switch out. The pass from Clark just a little bit too far behind the cutting Kat Carr, and a very rare turnover for Sevenoaks. Smith driving, blocked by De Silva on the rotation, but Smith gets her own rebound. She's got time to set her feet, and Georgia Smith able to make the wide open jumper. And she is up to 5 points personal. Smith averaging 7 points a game coming into this contest. I'll see if Eagles can get another stop. Clark, 3 from the right wing is a little too strong. And again, Eagles looking to be aggressive in transition. Gurrell going to feed Rodriguez Perez in the post, handoff. And good defense by the Suns, switches it. Lavinia De Silva forces Alison Gurrell into a tough turnaround. But the leading scorer for the Eagles knocks it down. And this lead back into single figures. Gurrell coming in, averaging 24.7 points per game on nearly 50% shooting. As Bush cuts back door, finds a cutting De Silva, and her little runner is good. And Suns starting to find a little bit more rhythm on the offensive end as Gurrell goes baseline. She will go with a reverse layup, gets the contact from Renee Bush, and will head to the line with a chance to complete a 3-point play. Renee Bush with her first personal of the game, first team foul as well. And Alison Gurrell, 80% from the line, continues being perfect for the day. She's now 3 of 3. Turnover for the Suns. Gurrell's going to look to be aggressive in transition, kicks it out to McVicker. Her catch and shoot 3 is off. Tiani Clark knocks the rebound away, and 3-on-1 for the Suns. Clark to Carr, and Kat Carr gets it to go. And after a sluggish first half, certainly by her standards, she will go to the line again for a chance at a 3-point play. Foul called on Georgia Smith, her second. And just a little stoppages, just trying to dry the floor here at the sports park. Obviously we had some slips early but the court seems to have got a lot better after some cleaning by the sports park staff. So it'll be Kat Carr, who again yet to miss a free throw on the season, to convert the three-point play. And all of a sudden she is up to 11 points personal. Averaging 17 and 7 as Rodriguez Perez ends up on the floor but able to pick herself up. McVicker working on Clark, finds Smith on the elbow. Her turnaround off to the left. Georgia Smith perhaps didn't realise she had as much time as she did. And it'll be Suns this time, a little bit of aggressive in transition. Drive and kick by Kat Carr. Finds Irene Garrido Perez, and she is able to knock down her first triple of the afternoon. And this lead starting to extend for the Suns as Gorel nearly lost the handle, but she finds Smith. Her three in and out. And Sevenoaks starting to have some success in transition. Carr is fouled. Blocking foul by Chukwu Etu, her second personal. Referee Alexander Beltner saying she was still moving to her right and able to take the contact with her chest. And that will put the Eagles in the penalty. So any more fouls by Chris Bunten's side and Sevenoaks Suns will be on the line. Still with 5:40 left of this third quarter. Carr, drive and kick to Bush. She's again run off the line, but she takes the one dribble pull up. And with this lead escalating, coach Chris Bunten calls timeout. And having really struggled for offense early on, Sevenoaks Suns with 13 quick points in this third quarter. And really not much choice for the long-time Eagles head coach to just try and settle his side down and see if they can find a way to get back into this game. Reminder, this is one of 3 WBBL games this afternoon. Unfortunately, they are all happening at the same time. So action in the northeast. Oakland's Wolves have had a strong start to the second half and now lead Durham. And the game just underway in Manchester between the Manchester Met Mystics and the Cardiff Met Archers. Newcastle, only game this week, so they will have a bit of time to regroup. But for this Sevenoaks Suns roster, as it will be for the rest of the season, a short turnaround time, they will head on the road tomorrow to host the Essex Rebels in what is another top-of-the-table clash based on current records. Essex Rebels completing at the moment their best WBBL season ever, as coach Tom Sadler's side sit at 8-2 at the halfway point of their campaign. And the Suns will have one eye on tomorrow. But first of all, back today, and the Sevenoaks press. Only Maddie McVicker in the backcourt for the Eagles. Not much option. And Renee Bush deflected out of bounds. And now in the second attempt, Alison Gorel will come back to help out. Gorel kicks it to Chukwu Etu. Her three is up and good. And Ori Chukwu Etu, who's really struggled from the three-point line, was only 3 of 17 coming in, has hopefully started what for the Eagles a bit of a comeback as Tiani Clark splits 2 defenders and lays it home. An excellent move by Tiani Clark, and one no doubt we'll be seeing on replays. Great ball handling by the veteran guard, and she is able to lay it home for her 6th point of the contest. Now Eagles looking for a post up. Rodriguez Perez trying to come back to the right hand. Good defense by De Silva to wall up and force a tough shot over her. And the Eagles big unable to connect. Rodriguez Perez coming in after Christmas to replace the departed pairing of Coop and De Silva is able again to find the basket. So Coop and Vucite, who left for Germany along with Julia Koppel for the Suns, as Maddie McVicker able to make the layup. And Maddie McVicker up to 14 points personal, as Garrido Perez 3 is off to the right and will roll out of bounds, and Chris Bunton will turn to his bench for a bit of a spark. Amelia Oates and Abby Lowe into the game for the Eagles, and it looks like Janice Monacana checking in for Sevenoaks. Lowe looking for Gurrell, but she's denied by Carr in the post. Gurrell now pops off the back screen. She's going to isolate on Carr. Carr does a good job, takes away the step up, but she finds McVicker, who drives, and Renee Bush will be called for the foul. Referee said she was still moving towards her. And it'll be Maddie McVicker to the line for 2 shots. McVicker 3 of 4 on the afternoon, having had a couple of unwon opportunities early on in this game. McVicker gets the first to go, and she now is the Eagles' leading scorer at 15 points personal. Make it 16. But really it's this end of the floor where the Eagles will need to string a streak of stops altogether and see if they can do it on this possession. McVicker switching out on Bush. Sevenoaks trying to find advantage off the stagger screens, but Eagles do well. Ball into Kat Carr. Her turnaround from the foul line rims out, but Sevenoaks with another offensive rebound, but Gurrell hands in the passing lane as Garrido Perez tried to kick it out, and Alison Gurrell looks to go coast to coast and is met by 2 Suns. But one of those was Janice Monacana, and it was illegal, a little reach in for Monacana, her second personal 3rd team foul. And Rachel Bland, the veteran on this Newcastle roster, checking back in on those 3 personal fouls. She will receive the out of bounds pass. McVicker into Gurrell, working the mid block. She will take the pull-up jump shot and knock it down. And Eagles have got this to 10. And the bench starting to make some noise, trying to encourage their team to get another stop. Renee Bush gets the handoff from Monacana, finds Carr. Her contested 3 is up short. Maddie McVicker rebound, and Eagles a chance to run 3 on 2. McVicker takes the pull-up, leaves it short. It's going to bobble around the rim, and Rachel Bland pulls down an offensive rebound. Gurrell drives middle, kicks it to Abby Lowe. Wide open 3 is up. Good. And time out, Len Bush. And all of a sudden, the Newcastle Eagles have found a little spring in their step. And what was once a 16-point lead is down to 7 with 2:03 left of the 3rd quarter. And now you're starting to see the Eagles getting some depth in scoring that they did not have in the first half. And the 9-0 run really forcing Len Bush just to calm things down and regroup with his side. And both teams starting to make their way out onto court. It'll be the Suns who are coming out the huddle first. And it looks like a change for the Suns. Catherine Hall checking in for Lavinia De Silva. And Chris Bunten rolling with the same 5 that has been part of this 9-0 run. And it looks like a 1-2-1-1 press for Eagles out the timeout. And now they're going to drop into a man-to-man. So Coach Chris Bunten just showing something slightly different as Carr drives into the middle, which she's done all too often. Drive, kicks, wide open jump shot is short for home. And it'll be McVicker with the rebound, finds Gurel. She gets Carr up in the air. She will drive. Good help by Monicana to make the layup contested. Carr again drives 2 feet in the paint. McVicker runs Bush off the 3-point line. She able to take the one dribble, still get the free, but she misses everything. And it'll be the Eagles in transition. McVicker catch and shoot 3 off to the left. And this is really more the intensity and the speed I think Eagles wanted to play at heading into this game. And let's see if they can make it stretch as Monicana comes off the turnout screen. She will launch the 3 and leave it long. And indeed, this time Chris Bunten calling out a half-court offense, and Maddie McVicker will slow it down. And we'll see if Eagles can get this run continuing. Low to Bland, 7 on the shot clock. Bland struggling, but Monicana with the reach in. And the Eagles will get an extra 8 seconds to work with. Shot clock was down to 6, now up to 14. And Janice Monicana's 3rd personal foul will see her go to the bench. And Lavinia De Silva in. Chris Bunten wanting to see if Eagles can get a quick shot and use the 2-for-1. He can run the whole shot clock down and still get 2-for-1, but he wants something in the first 6 seconds. Let's see if he gets it. He does not, but still Gurel in the high post. Step back jumper for Gurel, up and to the right, and the ball will trickle out of bounds with 27.2 remaining. So 3-second differential. So both teams will get an offense, even if the Eagles one will perhaps be a little bit rushed. And the shot clock was a little bit late starting. .21 on the shot clock, and it'll be Suns, who really have been on an extended scoring drought, trying to answer. De Silva wide open from 18 foot, knocks it down. And Lavinia De Silva, the first bucket in 4 minutes for the Suns, has got this gap up to 9. But the Eagles have time to respond. Low driving, gets the contact from De Silva, no foul. Bush to Carr, half-court heaver, she can get it off, she does not. And even though the ball hit the rim, would not have counted. And a great effort by the Newcastle Eagles in the 3rd quarter to try and get back into this game. They were looking almost dead and buried, down 16, but that 9-0 run has given them life. I'll take a brief break and be back with you in about a minute's time for the 4th quarter. Welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park, where we are starting to get ready for fourth quarter action. Sevenoaks leading by 9. That third quarter was tied at 19 apiece. But really a tale of two halves of the quarter. Sevenoaks made the run and Newcastle coming back. And Chris Bunten jumping into a 1-3-1 zone. Again, throwing a different defence out of a timeout. See if that slows the Suns down. Bush to Carr. Abby Lowe doing a good job of slowing up the reversal, but Tiani Clark eventually finds the ball. She gets caught in the air, throws it to Renee Bush. Struggling, Bush blocked by Bland, but she gets her own block. Good play initially by Rachel Bland, but unable to get the rebound. And Renee Bush's jumper puts her into double digits. And in fact, the Suns' leading scorer now at 13. And this lead at 11. Bland and Holm, former Team Northumbria as it was back in the day, teammates. Gorell being guarded by Clark. She's going to drive. Layup is short. And Suns will have a 5-on-4 as Gorell is slow to get back, having been knocked to the floor. Bush wide open, left corner three, up, and again, Suns struggling from the foul, and Renee Bush trying to track down the offensive rebound, knocks over Deborah Rodriguez and will commit her third personal foul of the afternoon. Referees have let a lot of contact go on layups today, deciding to reward defence for having a cylinder. As Eagles set up in a horns set this time. Suns went to hard hedge, but McVicker does a great job of keeping dribble alive, and this time there is a foul on the drive. Tiani Clark will be called for the reach-in and a little hold on McVicker. And that is her third personal foul as well. And the Eagles American out of the University of Maine to the line for 2 shots. McVicker missed her first free throw of the afternoon. Apart from that, she has been perfect from the line. And I cursed it as the commentator, so she's now 6 of 8 from the line. And up to 17 points personal. Carr guarded by Lowe. Short clock shot. Holm in the high post, fires it down to the Silver. She has to kick it out. Bush, a little runner, in and out, and Maddie McVicker with her 8th defensive rebound. McVicker working on a double-double. Gorell drive and skips out to Bland. She's wide open from 3. Bland cannot connect, but Abby Lowe will be able to track down the miss. She drives baseline, and Kat Carr called for the foul. Looked like Lowe had a little bit of a hook. But referees happy enough with Lowe's movement, and having picked up her dribble, she will be at the line, shooting 2. Abby Lowe, 60% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the first. We're also noting that that is the 3rd team foul of the quarter on the Suns. So with 8 minutes to go, there's a good chance there's an extended period in where the Newcastle Eagles will be able to get to the line as Lowe's second rolls out. And it'll be the ever-reliable Kat Carr with a rebound. Kat Carr on triple-double watch, 11, 8 and 8. Holm in the high post, kicks it to the Silver, and she will back it out to reset the Suns' offense. Still 10 on the shot clock. Flare screen for Carr, she's wide open. In and out, rebound over the Silver's head, and Abby Lowe will bring it away in transition. McVicker driving into the paint, and a late whistle, but I look like the correct call. And foul, I believe, I don't know if it was on De Silva or Renee Bush. I'll wait for the signal. It's on Renee Bush. So that is her 4th personal foul, 4th team foul of the Suns. 2.5 minutes gone in this final quarter. As Rachel Bland takes a breather. And into the game again for Chris Bunten is Georgia Smith. As McVicker's free throw doesn't connect. She makes the second. And this lead is as low as it's been all second half, really. 8-point game, 7.5 minutes still left. We'll see if the Eagles can continue their string of stops they've really put together in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Carr, jab step, settles on the 3, and De Silva called for the push in the back on McVicker. And with that being effectively a defensive foul, that'll be Maddie McVicker to the line for 2 shots. Referee just confirming who the foul was on. Indeed, it was McVicker. Renee Bush on those 4 personal fouls has checked out for the Suns. Irene Garrido-Perez replacing her. And I missed it somewhere, but Lavinia De Silva also back into the game for Kat Holm. And that was De Silva's foul, her 2nd. And this game, this deficit is down to 6 for the Newcastle Eagles. Tiani Clark driving into the middle. Rodriguez Perez does a good job of challenging the layup, but Tiani Clark gets it to go. And Clark deflects the out of bounds pass by Smith away. Both teams trying to play more full court pressure as the game progresses. Smith, as Eagles trying to get a cross screen to get Perez in the post, but Gorell comes out on the same side. Swings it too low. She will drive, take the pull-up jump shot. Abby Lowe is good. Abby Lowe up to 6 points personal. And this is still a 2-possession game. The only undefeated team left in the league. Having to fight tooth and nail for this as Kat Carr spins baseline and will be fouled by Abby Lowe, her 3rd personal foul. First foul in the 4th quarter for the Eagles. Kat Carr driving on low, cuts off the angle, forces to pick a dribble up. She finds a cutting Tiani Clark, who wanted the foul but not coming. Good defense by the Eagles to make it tough. But Tiani Clark, now into double digits, has extended this lead once again. Gorell on the flare screen, drives to the middle, going to get the runner, and Lavinia De Silva with the foul. Not giving her room to land. And Alison Gorell will continue the spell of free throws for the Eagles in this 4th quarter. De Silva's 3rd foul. This will be the 9th and 10th free throw attempts for the Eagles in the 4th quarter, as Alison Gorell makes them both. So the Eagles attempted more free throws in the 4th quarter than the first 3 combined, as Monicana sets the screen to give Carr a bit of room, forces the Eagles to switch, but Gorell not letting Kat Carr catch the ball after having to give it up. Monicana drives right. Her angle is cut off. Avoids stepping on the baseline, finds Garrido-Perez. She lets McVicker blow by her, but misses the layup, and the Eagles out in transition, 3-on-1. Gorell, McVicker, and McVicker's layup can't go, and the Eagles really wasted the 3-on-1 opportunities. Abby Lowe couldn't get into the play as well. But Eagles with an offensive rebound and still a chance to cut this deficit as Gorell drives middle, gets the contact. A little runner does not drop, however. As we're now into the final 5 minutes, Carr, guarded by Abby Lowe, thinks about going baseline. Skip pass to Garrido Perez, her three is up and good. And a huge bucket for the Suns by their Spaniard Irene Garrido Perez. Has extended this gap to 9 as McVicker's pull-up was a 2. Well contested by Tiani Clark, but both teams going back and forward, and we'll have a brief break as Abby Lowe needs to redo her shoelaces. Maddie McVicker, however, is having, despite some struggles from the floor, only shooting just under 30%. Has got 9 of 12 from the line, and she's up to 22 points personal to go with her 9 rebounds, so working on that double-double. Kat Carr 2 rebounds away from a triple-double, 11, 10 and 8 currently for Kat Carr. But neither player will be worried about personal stats. It's all about the win as Carr's step-back jumper is good. And this lead seems to be hovering in this 5 to 9 point range as Rodriguez Perez slips the screen, kicks it out to a wide open Georgia Smith. Her triple is good. And both these teams just making shot after shot in this fourth quarter. Georgia Smith, second triple of the afternoon, up to 8 points personal. And we'll see if the Suns can respond. And foul from behind by Abby Lowe will be her 4th personal. So 4th personal foul for Abby Lowe, 2nd team foul for the Eagles. And this is not a time where you're going to take someone out because of foul trouble. So Chris Bunten rolling with Abby Lowe. Kat Carr briefly open off the out of bounds, now throws it into Clark in the post. She splits between McVicker and Rodriguez Perez. Tiani Clark asking for the and one, second or third time she wants it, and is called for the technical foul. And it'll be Alison Gorell to the line. Gorell a perfect 5 of 5 on the afternoon. Make it 6 of 6, so the Eagles 80% as a team. In fact, both teams shooting remarkably well from the line. With a combined what's that, 5 misses? So 25 of 30 between the two teams. Eagles 16 of 20, Suns 9 of 10. And the Eagles will be wanting to get back to the line more with Suns in team fouls. Georgia Smith, NBA range 3, in and out. Abby Lowe, a big rebound. And it was a late whistle, but the referee's hand was up early. Janice Monacana called for the foul on Abby Lowe on the rebound. And it'll be Abby Lowe to the line for team fouls. Haven't got a replay, but from my angle, looked like a good call, and the whistle was delayed, but you could see referee Tahir Akar's hand up to call the foul before that. That is Janice Monacana's 4th foul, so Monacana and Clark and Renee Bush all on 4 personal fouls for the Suns, and they will have to navigate that foul trouble down the stretch as Abby Lowe leaves both short, so Abby Lowe unable to capitalise, and it's still a 5-point game, just over 3 minutes to go at the Surrey Sports Park. Another close game as Carr to Clark at the elbow, looking for the high low, but Abby Lowe across on the weak side, and Abby Lowe trying to avoid the foul but loses the handle, and it'll be Suns possession again and a new 14-second shot clock. Tiani Clark looking for the ball swing from Kat Carr, who pops, was open, but Clark couldn't see her partner. Gorell with the rebound. 2-on-2 for the Eagles if they want it in transition. Smith going to work on De Silva. step back, keeps the dribble, going to drive in the paint, slips, and trying to find Abby Lowe and avoid the turnover, throws it out of bounds. And all of a sudden it's gone from being both teams making jump shots to struggling on the offensive end in the last couple of minutes. Neither team really able to move the scoreboard as Suns work out of the horn set, 2.5 minutes to go. Garrido Perez gets the handoff, now was looking for the ball screen, but Suns can't get there. Carr to Clark, her jump shot is off. 3 on 3. Gorell pull up from the foul line. Off Maddie McVicker, another rebound. She on the floor tries to find her partner. Loose ball is come up with by the Suns, and they will get the fast break layup. Monicana pump fake, gets the foul from Abby Lowe, and unfortunately for the Eagles, Abby Lowe's afternoon will be done. That is her 5th personal foul, and just a little slip from McVicker really hurting the Eagles. And it'll be Ori Etu into the game, replacing Abby Lowe, and Janice Monicana on the line for 2. Monicana's first. You could hear from her reaction, she thought she'd left it short, but gets the little home court roll. And makes the second with ease, and Janice Monicana, her 7-point personal and a 7-point Sevenoaks lead, 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. McVicker driving, has to throw it up, circus type shot, drops for Maddie McVicker. And the Newcastle Eagles doing a great job of hanging around, giving Sevenoaks Suns no room to breathe at all. Reminder, Suns are in action on a double-header tomorrow against the Essex Rebels. As Clark splits the hedge on the ball screen, kicks it out to Monicana. She's forced to pick up her dribble, and a reach-in by Etu from behind. Foul on the floor, however. 4th team foul for the Eagles, so Suns will have the baseline ball. Triple Etu's 3rd personal foul. Eagles do a good job of defending the turnout screen for Garrido Perez. And it'll be Kat Carr now with the ball screen. 6 on the shot clock. Etu gets her hands on the ball. Carr on the floor. Tries to find De Silva. Turnover for the Suns. And the Eagles have a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Gorell, left wing, going to drive past Tiani Clark. In the air, has to throw it away. And the Suns get a crucial stop. 3 on 2, we'll see what Kat Carr does. She takes the open layup with Monicana. And Chris Bunten calls timeout. 6.6 seconds to go. Suns 7-point lead. And you know this Eagles team won't go away, but late turnovers really blunting the Eagles' comeback attempt. Reminder, they were down 16 points midway through the 3rd quarter. And really all 4th quarter have just held Sevenoaks in check to a 2-possession game. And unfortunately for Chris Bunten, the regret will be they couldn't quite complete the comeback to make it a 1-possession game or even tie it up. And those 3 turnovers on last 5 possessions really hurt this Eagles side. Reminder, stay with us post-game. We will get reaction from the Sevenoaks Suns, and potentially Coach Chris Bunten will be joining us as well for post-game reaction. So make sure you stick with us before heading over to the other WBBL game today. Manchester Mystics and Cardiff Archers, which will probably be at half-time by the time we finish here from the Surrey Sports Park. Obviously, the one thing we also haven't alluded to on the broadcast, as Newcastle will advance the ball out the timeout, is the WBBL Trophy Final tomorrow. The London Lions and the Nottingham Wildcats live on Sky Sports from 3 o'clock. Focus Hoops has a load of preview work. I managed to catch up with players and coaches from both sides, so if you want some build-up to tomorrow's final, check that out but do not do that after the last 56.5 seconds here from the Surrey Sports Park. Rachel Bland on the inbound to McVicker off the stagger screen. Her freeze off to the right, but Suns get their hands on the offensive rebound. Etu is effectively sat on by Monacana. And we'll see what the referees call. I think Sevenoaks had possession, so Sevenoaks ball. They haven't given us a definitive signal yet. I think they just stopped the game to check Etu was okay because she let out a bit of a scream, but Janice Monacana was effectively sat on her. And it will indeed be Suns ball. And the Eagles will have a choice to either press or foul. They look like they're going to start in a full court press. Will Chris Bunton ask for the foul? Mind the Eagles are on 14 fouls, so they would send Suns to line with a 5th foul. Clark beats Etu off the dribble. And the Eagles will elect not to foul and try and play it out, but Carr goes baseline, takes the layup because it's there, but misses. And the Eagles have a chance. Suns went early, so lost 10 seconds on the clock. And a drive by Garrell looked like a tie-up, but Garrido Perez called for the foul. And it'll be Alison Garrell to the line for 2. Garrell makes the first. So Eagles going to step in the press and not foul immediately. If my guesswork is correct, we'll see. Chris in it, looking for the trap, and if they don't get it, they will foul. Carr in the backcourt has to throw a long pass. Monacana feeds Clark, and she will lay it home for 2. Nearly misses it. Tiani Clark nearly blew the wide open layup. And down 7 with 17 seconds to go. Chris Bunton will call his final timeout of the afternoon. And he will see if he can find a way to get back into this game. Would need a March-type miracle. However, Barnstable fans will know we are in March and anything is possible with the remaining 16.7 seconds. For those watching this game, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but I can tell you the game involving the other northeast side, Durham and Oaklands, is down to the wire. So make sure you check out the recap of that one after this one. It is a 1-possession game down the stretch as well. So plenty of good basketball for you in the WBBL right now. And it'll be the Eagles are looking for a quick catch and shoot, no doubt, to try and cut this 7-point deficit. Chris Bunton electing to advance the ball out of his last timeout. Coach Len Bush still does have 2 for the Suns to use if he wants. So out for the Eagles, it'll be Bland, Smith, Etu, Garrell and McVicker. For the Suns, De Silva, Monacana, Garrido Perez, Carr and Clark. Bland will trigger the inbound. McVicker to the corner. Instead find Garrell. Her step back 3 from 40 foot nearly drops. And Tiani Clark will pull down the rebound, and Chukwuetu Etu with the personal foul. But Alison Garrell, knowing the time was short, heaved from what would be an NBA 4-point range almost. And instead it would be Tiani Clark with a chance to all but ice the game from the line. Clark makes the first. And misses the second. Etu with the rebound. Eagles gonna push, see if they can put a miracle. Bland to Smith. Her freeze up and off. Etu offensive rebound and fouled on the putback by Lavinia De Silva. But really at this point, too little, too late for the Newcastle Eagles. quick look at the stat line. All 5 Suns starters have between 10 and 13 points. Janice Monicano with 9 off the bench. As for Newcastle, Maddie McVicker, 24 points personal, Alison, and 10 rebounds. So McVicker with the double-double. Alison Gurrell, 21 and 7. And unfortunately, Kat Carr is going to be just a little short of the triple-double. Going to end with 13, 10 and 8 as Etu splits the free throws. And that will end the game here from the Surrey Sports Park. Terrific occasion, and it will be the Sevenoaks Suns pulling out the 72-65 victory over the Newcastle Eagles. Make sure you stay with us, and in a couple of minutes we will get you post-game reaction from certainly the Sun side and perhaps Chris Bunten as well.
Oh, let me put this down.
Ready?
Sorry, Mikey. Where's the camera? Oh, is it up there?
It's right there.
Mic check. Beautiful.
Now joined post-game by Newcastle Eagles head coach Chris Bunten. Chris, obviously a little bit disappointing result, but just talk about the performance of the team today. Down 16 and nearly came all the way back to tie it up.
Yeah, it was a really good game. And like, look, Sevenoaks are the best in the country, and they prove that time and time again, regardless of, oh, they're an Asian team, whatever. They've got some of the best personnel, best people, best coaching staff, you know, so it's always difficult coming down here. But, you know, a credit to our team, you know, that everyone that came on the court did exactly what we wanted to do. They worked their arses off the whole game. And, like, you know, there was just a little bit of ill discipline with some fouls, some poor rotations at time in the first half, which allowed Sevenoaks to really capitalise on that. So it's frustrating. Like, everyone's probably writing us off, but in terms of our last 4 performances, you know, we've won 3 and beat a top 4 team. We come here and give Sevenoaks a good run for their money. So, you know, we've just got to continue to build on that.
And obviously, first half, you couldn't really get much going on the offensive end. You were really just relying on Maddie McVicker and Alison Gurrell. But just talk about the adjustments you made at half-time to allow others to contribute on the offensive end, and how you need to do that moving forwards as well to be a little bit more balanced on that side of the floor.
Mikey, you need to join us up here. You know that. But I mean, look, other teams, for whatever reason, aren't cluing in on Ali. Like, there's no way she should be averaging 30 points. She's one of the most talented players in the league. I don't know why other teams, other coaches aren't trying to slow her down. Sevenoaks did clearly a very good job of trying to deny her, and then when she caught it, they swarmed her. Okay, now she shares the ball well. We have to look at some cuts. We didn't have very good screen. We didn't read the screening defense in the first half. But the players are continuing to play. Like, we know anyone can score. We know that Ali's our focus. We know that Maddie is a hell of a player, as is Abby. But if they're not able to score, then we trust our spacing and ball movement, and that's one thing. We probably let it stick a little bit too much in the first half. We said we've got to move it, we've got to set good screens, we've got to read. Okay, we just got to talk and read the defense better, and that's on them. Like, you know, it's cliche coaching, you've got to read the defense better, but we know we can do it, and we talk better, and we trusted our teammates, and we come back in. Like, the energy definitely changed. Okay, refereeing, I thought these two did a very good job. Okay, you know, had them for the whole season. It's tough with the inconsistencies. You know, if I'm Len, I'm probably mad in the fourth quarter that we get line, but for me, there was the same fouls that we weren't getting in the first half. So, like, the referees don't impact the game. In that way, I thought they did a good job, but, like, we were just continuing to be aggressive. So the fouls we weren't getting called in the first half, we got to the foul line in the second. So, you know, that's on them. It's a credit to stick with them. Some teams, some players might go, well, I'm not getting this, so I'm just going to resort to jacking. And we went, no, we're going to stick to what we do best and share the ball, attack gaps, and fair play to, you know, credit to our team.
And obviously now a little bit of a lighter schedule. I know you've gone through your rough patch of games, so you'll be able to take it one game at a time the rest of the year. How important is that, just to get the rest in the body and try and build on what you've been doing the last really 3 weeks?
Yeah, you're right, and that helps us over other teams. You know, it's somewhat worrying now with if a team was to get COVID. Like, there's going to be a lot of 20-0s flying around, which probably won't help us in some respects. But, you know, despite the fact we played 12 games by the last week in January, like, we still have a doubleheader in, I know, April, and we have another one at the end now to make up the Nottingham mixed fixture. But, like, I would much rather our schedule than other programs for sure. And I really do think, you know, we're exciting and we're building. You know, essentially, Mike, as I said to you before, we had a season-ending injury first game. We had 2 of our starters leave. So we've only really been 8 weeks in. So you look at a 4 to 6 week preseason, now we're hitting our stride. And we've seen that the last 4 games. Like, even though this one was a loss, it's a million times better than the first time we played them when we were lost by, I know, God knows, 30. So, you know, really exciting to move forward. This group of players are really battling. You see that time in, time out. Whoever we bring off the bench, whatever their experience was last year, they're really doing a great job, and I couldn't be more proud of the organisation for that.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and safe journey home, Chris.
Thanks very much, Mikey. Always a pleasure.
Okay. Now joined by Sevenoaks Suns coach Len Busch. Len, obviously you got the win you wanted, but maybe not the performance you really wanted this afternoon.
Well, what we talked about the fact that every team we play, every game, top to bottom of the standings, they're going to come and they're going to bring everything they got. They have nothing to lose, and they'll, I saw intensity from Newcastle today that I didn't see when we saw them last time, and I didn't always see it when I watched film of them. But they came to play, and they weren't going to quit, and so it was we had to fight. We had to fight the whole way, but we once again, managed to get the job done. So.
Yeah, and really it was your defence that came through down the stretch as it did on Wednesday. Just talk about the progress you're thinking you're making. So there's some clearly you weren't quite happy early on with some of the mistakes, but just talk about the adjustments you managed to make to slow really Gorell and McVicker down.
It really wasn't so much as an adjustment as we've been doing this long enough together. It's just a question of sitting down and saying, we have to turn up the intensity, just 10%, 15%. So we're close, we're in the neighborhood, but we're not quite putting enough pressure on them. And, there's no yelling or screaming. It's just, we talk about it, and they seem to do it down the stretch. And, we had one bad run in the third quarter. I thought we were going to blow the game open, and then we just went to sleep on both ends of the floor and, let them back in the game. And so then you're going to have a game to the end then.
And now, quick turnaround. Obviously, you can see the players stretching behind you. Just your initial impressions of this Essex team. Obviously, they're probably their best season in WBBL, 8-2 right now, and really in the title hunt as things.
Well, to be honest, part of today's problem was they were a little bit focused on tomorrow this week. So, they're going to be, it's going to be another tough game. It depends how we play and how we bounce back from, playing a full game today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much as ever for your time, and that will wrap up coverage here at the Surrey Sports Park. Reminder that it was the Sevenoaks Suns with a 7-point victory over the Newcastle Eagles. Sevenoaks on the road tomorrow against Essex, and then back here at the Surrey Sports Park against Durham next Saturday. And thank you very much for joining us.